Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And trying to set some things up real quick. Salakia. Because this video I'm about to play, it's just showing you the coonery, the just the fact that you can't trust our people, man. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, a lot of them here in Babylon the Great are complete traitors, and will sell out their people, for anything, pretty much, man. Right? But you got World War III at the door. You got uproars of the people still, in full effect. And then you got this madness that I'm about to play. So we're going to just jump right in it. We're just going to flow through the spirit. Most High will, they'll like be edified. So let's get into this video real quick. This bugged me out. This is the first time I'm actually watching the whole video. So we watching it together. So, you see anything, you put it in the comment, and through the spirit, we'll get through it. Shalom.
I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
Mistakes. Come on. Thank you. Yes, you can. Thank you, God. So nice. I like her. Please.
I like him too. One thing I like about him, he keeps it real, just like Grandma. I appreciate that because I can trust him because he tells exactly how he feels and what he thinks. Thank God for this president. I am filled, my cup runneth over. Because he allowed his constituents, his people to come to my house to interview me, to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm an advocate for murder. I marched, I rallied, I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did not have answers. Ooh. We marched and we rallied, and nobody heard me, Democrats. Get mad at me. Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home. Have you ever heard of a thing? Then they invited me twice before Congress to testify for the beautiful bill that's going to change crime in the district. If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple.
So you pretty much see what's going on, man. Here it is. You got this old man. I want to try to hold my tongue because it gets you vexed, man. Here it is. You straight bootlicking, right? For a man whose system was set up to put you and your people to death. But here it is. You saying that this man allowed his people to come to your house to talk about the death of your grandson, who, you know, was put to death by a system that oppresses your people, that told you your people are nothing, that put you in the slums, in the ghettos, right? It doesn't make any sense. These old, especially these old bottles, whether it be a man or a woman, you know, they don't have no damn sense, man. They don't have a damn pinch of sense, man. And it was the same way for the Latinos, man, the so-called Latinos. They was bootlicking, they was, you know, shining shoes and doing everything under the sun to show this man, to show this devil how much they really appreciate him, care about him, love him. Because you heard what she said when she got, oh, I love him too. You know, I like him too. I let him do his job, get off his back. He's doing some good. Man, this man is about to put you in all types of hell, man. And the hell that you've been catching, your mother and your mother's mother was under the same system that you under, being oppressed. They was oppressed under the same system, under the same man. Right? Meaning the nation of Edom. You know? But here you got this old bottle, this old woman getting up there, can hardly breathe, screaming at the top of her damn lungs, talking about leave him alone, he know what he doing. You advocating for the devil, man. You think Trump give a damn about this old woman, man? But here it is, the so-called black woman. She always wants to be the center of attention, right? She always got to let her voice be heard, right? She always got to be the one to say something and light the fire, right? That's how the so-called black woman has always been, man. She can't shut her damn mouth. Right? She can't shut her mouth. This is First Maccabees, because you got a lot of our people out here that will choose Esau, Edom, rather than their people. Right? Who will jump in front of a bullet for this devil, to protect this devil, and throw you under the bus, man. This First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men and women, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. Right? So you have a lot of our people that are like this today. They don't want to leave America, Babylon the Great, man. They don't want to be from up under Esau, Edom. They want to continually be a slave. They want to get up for work every day. They want to run to the bus and their car break down and they want to go get it fixed, and they want to get sick and they want to pay taxes and pay bills out of their ass for the rest of their life, as long as they can stay under the so-called white man. They don't want a kingdom of their own. They don't want to be rulers. Right? This is how bad this devil has done our people, man. This is how messed up our people are in the head. Right? Let's get it. This is Hosea, classic. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Now, people don't have no damn knowledge, man. The only knowledge they agree with is the knowledge of Edom, man. The knowledge of these devils. Because what? They've always been known as the pure people. of people you can trust, of people you can put your trust in, right? That's the only that's how far their wisdom goes, man. However far the so-called white man says it goes, right? But they don't seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So when you do that, this is a direct result of following the devil and not following Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? So it reads again, Hosea 4:6, it said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So the Lord has rejected 2/3 of our people, man. 2/3 of our people are going to be like this, right? Whether old or young, they're going to be like this, man. They're going to have this foolishness coming out of their mouths. They're going to have the sides of their oppressor. They're not going to give a damn about their people. And it's just going to be just foolery, and it's going to be folly, man. This is all you're seeing right now is folly, man. It said, because thou hast rejected knowledge, you rejected the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I will also forget thy children. And the Lord has forgotten, our children, man. Right? We are the children. But we coming back into our natural estate, man. Our royal priesthood. We coming back to that, man. And the whole world is in an uproar over it. Because now we understand the scriptures. Now we know who we are. Now we know who they are. Now the whole world is in chaos, man. Not just physically, but mentally and spiritually, the whole world is in chaos, man. Right? And we love it. Let's continue. It's madness.
You do a hush crime, you do hush time. Just that simple. And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago. He brought it on. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
Sarah, my friend, I call her my sister. And so that's why I am here today to just tell you that No Tax on Tips has been an amazing blessing for me. President Trump has been an amazing blessing for me. And at the end of the day, Jesus has been an amazing blessing for me. I love you guys and thank you so much because I am a youth pastor, but I will not preach on today. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Look, just one after the other, man. One after the other, man. The so-called black woman, man, the Lord is going to do something terrible to her, man, because she's a complete, man. She's a complete traitor, man. You can't trust her. She is our enemy, man. For the most part. Not all our sisters are like this, man, but the majority of the so-called, black women, especially over here in the U.S., man, they are our enemy, man. You cannot trust them. They all smiles. They in order. They ain't talking back. They're not getting loud, right? She said President Trump has been a blessing to her. In what way, man? In what way? Right? That's right, man. She's a pastor, only uplifting herself, man. She just want to be seen. She want to be heard. Because that's how the so-called black woman is, man. Right? She just has to be in the spotlight. She got to be in charge. She has to put her best foot forward, especially for the so-called white man, man. Right? To hell with the so-called black man, the Israelite man. right? Who's about to be on top, right? To hell with him. He's broke. I've seen countless videos with the so-called black woman talking down on the Israelite man, saying how they're no good. They're trash. They're broke. They can't do nothing for me. All they can do is pay my bills, right? But the so-called white man, right? He's just been this blessing to everybody. So if he's such a blessing, why the hell is your life so messed up, man? Why are a lot of you so-called black women the most miserable in this country, man? Right? Why are you the most miserable, and why you don't have husbands? Why you don't have families? Why do your kids dislike you so much? Why do your men dislike you so much? Why are your houses falling apart? Why are you creating YNs and whores? Why, man? If you gotten such a blessing from the so-called white man, he set up a system that oppresses not just you, but your household, man. Not just you, but your household. And look at them, all smiles, man. I'm telling you, brothers, these women, hey, let them be. Right? Let them be, man. I did a video. I did a video earlier today, and it was titled Jake is desired by all women. We don't need you, Eve. Right? If you don't want to get in line, and if you don't want to submit and do for us what you're supposed to do, since you all say you believe in God, you heard the other woman say, "Oh, Jesus has been a blessing for me." That ain't his name in the first place, right? But you completely missed the point, man. You completely missed the point. Let's go back.
Well, I ditto, to God be the glory. And we're grateful for our president. He's doing some tremendous work. And I want to remind those that don't know that this was prophesied. So you weren't supposed to have the second term when it came about. This is your season. And God said that it was going to be rough the first 2 years and that things were going to happen. But then the last 2 years are going to be great.
Well, I hope
and
so.
yes, you're going to do some tremendous things. And so
Look at this, man. You hear this? Do you hear this? This was probably, well, you know, I'll say this, man. And it's my opinion, right? Just speaking as a man. It was prophesied, you know, that in the last days, all hell was going to break loose, right? World War III was going to start. Jacob's trouble was going to come about, and who knows, it could be Trump that ushers all of that in. It's looking like it, right? It's definitely looking at it like it. It ain't even been a year since he's been in office, and this world is completely and totally out of their mind, right? So he can very well be the one that prophecy says will bring all of this in. And if so, hey, so be it. We love it. We love it, man. But the so-called black woman is saying it in a way where he's our president. He's going to change America. He's going to make America great. Right? The first 2 years are going to be bad. The last 2 years are going to be great. And if Trump can have it, he will put you niggas back in slavery, man. Hardcore slavery. All of these things you saying, you thinking that you're changing his mind about how he feels about you? No. People can't grasp the what's the word? They can't grasp the fact that the Lord made the so-called white man to be the devil and to be the wicked. Right? He's the biggest deceiver on the planet. He's deceived the whole world, man. Tells you that in Revelation. Right? He's deceived the whole earth. Right? Especially here in America. You Babylonians in Babylon have drunken the wine of Babylon so much that you're drunk to the point where you can't get sober, man. You cannot get sober. Let me get some real quick. This is right. Let me get some real quick. Salakia, bear with me. Man, this snowstorm, man. I hope it don't be bad, but you know, I'm watching reports on it. It's looking bad, and then it's not. So I'm hoping that it ain't that bad. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. It says, consider the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. For who can make that straight which he have made crooked? Who did he make crooked, man? Right? Who have he made crooked? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Right? It's it's evident, man, who this man is, man. Right? It's evident who this man is. It says, this is Job. This is Job 26 and 13. It says, by his spirit he have garnished the heavens. His hand have formed the crooked serpent. Who's this crooked serpent, man? Esau, Edom. Right? And he's never going to change. He's never going to change. That's what Jake don't get. Eve don't get. It's nothing you can say to this man that, you know, that he's going to change. This is Revelation 20 and verse 1. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain was in his hand. That bottomless pit is Europe, man. It says, and laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, right? And bound him 1,000 years. So that's during the Byzantine Empire when, you know, Jake was in Europe and he ruled Europe and had these devils in chains, man. Right? This is Revelation 12 and verse 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out unto the earth, and his angels were cast out with him, man. Right? So, hey, this devil, now he's in power, right? But soon, the Lord gonna cast him out, man. Very soon, the Lord's gonna cast him out, and all of our people that's held hands and has chosen to subside with this devil, they're gonna be destroyed, man. Right? They're gonna be destroyed. And a lot of you women, you're gonna go, man, in the worst way. Because you're completely through.
For that, we thank you. On behalf of all the mothers all around the world, I'm from Texas. I live in a zip code that I didn't have an opportunity to have a choice to go to school. And so when I raised my children, I wanted a better opportunity for them. And I'm so grateful to ACE scholarships and all the doors that the president is opening for education. My son was in a school that he didn't have any voice, and he found drugs in school, and he died. And so I'm here today to just show my appreciation for all the moms around the world. We have a choice now. This choice is so important to mothers. I have a child that, because I had a choice, she's in private school. She's thriving. She's thriving. She's going to be an anesthesiology nurse, and she's doing great. And ACE scholarships was a big part of that. Changing education changes everything. Changing education changes everything. In my zip code, it feels like we were locked in a cage, and being locked in a cage and can't get out. And because of all of the things that you're doing for education, now
You see these niggas? Oh my Lord. You see these niggas? They worshiping this man. It's a lot here for me to keep stopping it, man. But y'all hearing this? Like I said, this is my first time hearing this with y'all. You see the, yo, do you see how they talking about this man? This man can't do no wrong. Esau Edom can't do no wrong in the eyes of Jake, man. Right? That's right, brother. Job 9:24. That's right. And they don't believe that, though. They don't believe that, man. Right? They don't believe this man is the wicked. But they love it. They love God. They love the Most High. But in the Most High's book, the Bible, who nobody would dispute that, it mentions that it said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So when you ask them that, they're gonna dance. They're gonna start to dance, brother. That's what they always do. They dance. They tell you, well, everybody can be wicked. What they say? The white man, my biggest enemy is myself. My biggest enemy is the people that look like me. Give the so-called white man a pass, man. Give that nation a pass. Right? You put up Psalms 125:5. Let me go there real quick. Because this is, I can't believe this, man. She said, oh, you open, all Trump doing is taking your jobs, right? He's taking your jobs. He's doing, Salakia, 1 second. Salakia. All he doing is taking your jobs, right? He's, he's cutting this, he's cutting that, and you so-called Negroes, your situation has gotten worse because of this man. He's about to, look what he's doing to the so-called Latinos, man. Right? Well, you think because you could come up there at his what they call these things, man? His gathering. I'm gonna just say his gatherings and say a bunch of nice words to him, and he's gonna change his mind about what he want to do to you niggas, man. He's not gonna change his mind. These devils hate you. Why? Because they know who you are. Right? This is Psalms 125:5. It says, as for such, let me start at 3. It says, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity, man. So these people, right, the Lord will keep them off of you as long as you're doing what the Lord told you to do. If not, he gonna put these devils on you, man. It says, do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts, meaning their minds. Those, doing what the Lord commanded them to do. Right? It says, as for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, and the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel, man. And that's, hey, a lot of our people, they're going to fall, man. They're going to fall right with this devil. They're going to fall right with him, man. And you can't feel sorry for them. You can't feel sorry for them, man, because this truth is out. This truth is out here. The warning is being pushed out. You can't say you didn't know. You can't say you didn't know. Right? Let's get John. Right? John chapter 15. This is John 15:22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. So if the Lord didn't put out the prophets and the servants on the highways and hedges to tell you what sin is, because you've been going to church all your life and you still don't know what sin is, man. Right? But now you know what sin is. You know the laws and that if you break the laws, you know that that's sin. And sin is what? If you commit sin, what does that bring? Death, man. So you was taught, man. You was warned. You keep the law to the best of your ability. You keep the law, man. You do not just say, oh, the law is done away with. I can do whatever I want. Jesus died for my sins. I can do whatever I want. Nah, it don't work like that. You still got to keep the law to the best of your ability. Right? So it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sins. Now you can't say you didn't know. Right? You can't hide it. You can't hide it now. So when the Lord's wrath come upon you, don't cry. Don't say, oh, Lord, please get me out of this. The Lord ain't going to be trying to hear none of that soon, man. The Lord gave Jake a super long time to get right. All that's going on in the earth, the Lord has shown scourges for amendment. He has pushed that out. He has shown you, and is showing you how bad the world is getting. This kingdom is getting, man. How more and more wicked it's getting. And you got Jake still want to be in this kingdom, still want to make a change, still want to, uphold this society, man. This society is gone, man. It's through. It's completely through. Completely through. Let's continue.
We can get out and soar. Our children can have a chance to be prosperous, just like other children. And I thank you for that. This is a great opportunity. So on behalf of all the mothers all around the world, I stand here and I give you your flowers while you can still get them. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Give me a hand.
Thank you.
And this is here.
What a beautiful. What a beautiful. Thank you. Wow, so nice.
Was mutual. I fell in love with this man, with his heart, with his heart for this country, with his heart to really bring America back to the form of greatness that it deserved. And that's exactly what he has done. My story is truly a Joseph story. This president right here, President Donald Trump, brought me from the prison pit to the White House. Only in America could there be a story like my story. And President Trump is the only president who would have had the courage, the courage to bring someone like me, someone who received a second chance, but who knows more than someone who has sit among the captives, than someone who has been in captivity themselves. I did not get comfortable in my own freedom.
So they putting this nigga in the they putting him in the same oh man, this thing got me vexed. I ain't gonna lie, brothers. I'm trying to hold it together, but they making this man out to be that he is the Most High. He is Yahweh Shah, man. He said he was sent to the captives. Don't it say that in Psalm 61 and 1? That the Lord was sent to the captives? This nigga ain't the Lord, man. He brought me from the depths of hell to the White House. Who built the White House? Your people. Right? Whose bodies is filled, whose blood is filled and soaked in the ground of America, man? Your people. Who did it? Donald Trump's people. DJ Trump. Right? The ones you love. See, this is just showing you how some of our people are just so far gone. Destruction and death is their only savior. Destruction and death is only their savior, man. Because they're not going to turn from their ways. They're not going to turn from their ways, man.
But I went back, as Harriet Tubman said she did. She went back to draw many others into freedom. And President Trump has listened to those recommendations. There's so much more.
Harriet Tubman would have put a lot of you women to death, man.
To come, because when you see me, you see a miracle, you see hope, you see second chances, and you see someone who is willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work, do the hard work to help individuals gain their freedom. President Trump did something historic in his first term. He signed the First Step Act into law, and for that, over 40,000, and that number is low, over 40,000 individuals have come home to their families early. And you know, many of those were Black Americans who had no hope. This president right here, as you look out upon this sea of Black Americans, this president hears you. This president cares for you. Don't let it.
So why are you in the same position, Jake? Eve, why are you in the same position? Why your neighborhoods are even worse than it was before Trump got in, man? Why has your neighborhoods been, pretty much a toilet bowl, right? The whole time you've been in this country. Why is it that you are the last hired, first fired? Why is it that you're cursing the city, cursing the field? What was it? Was it this year or the end of last year where over 150,000 so-called Black women lost their jobs, man? Right? That number is even more higher now. If this man cares about you and he hears you, why are you rapidly declining in society, man? Right? Why? That's what Jake just want to get up there and dance and bootlick and damn shine shoes and get those butter biscuits and get a chance to sit in a master's house, man. These are the people you have to stay away from. I don't see, you can't come with that spirit of, hey, we all Black, we ought to come together. We ain't coming together with these people, man. We may be of the same nation physically, but spiritually, we not the same people, man. Spiritually, they ain't our brothers, they ain't our sisters, man. Because you got niggas that think like this too. right? You got niggas that think like that too, man. They probably had a list of people that wanted to get in this this White House convention or whatever it is. Right? I'm looking for something. Let me see. Is it Jeremiah? Let me see. Jeremiah. Let me see something. Salakia. Looking for something real quick. This is Jeremiah 9 and verse 4. It says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother or sister, man. Don't trust in all your people, man. You can't trust, because why? They trust their enemy, man. As you hear, they trust their enemy. They trust this devil, man. Right? They put their whole hearts and all their energy into trusting this devil, man, who continually oppresses them day to day. You think Trump gives a damn about any of these so-called black women that came up here? No. You think Trump gives a damn about anybody that's in that damn room right now? No. Trump came to do a job, because Trump is just a puppet, man. Trump works for the elites. That's all he is, just a puppet. This is just complete folly, man. So this is Jeremiah 9 and verse 5 again. For verse 4. It says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander, man. Right? And I know what they were saying. It was translating to, her being in the gates of hell or whatever she said, and whatever. She was talking about the hood, man. Where'd she come from? In other words, she don't want to be there with her people. She want to be next to you. I want to be next to you, massa. I hate these Negroes the same way you hate them. You give me a chance, and I'll make sure you lock them all up, man. Especially the so-called black man, because we know that the so-called black woman, she hates our damn guts, man. Right? That's why the Lord is going to eradicate 2/3 of our people, man, because they got to be wiped out. Get the hell away from us, man. We don't want to talk to you. We don't want to deal with you. You stay over there, and we're going to stay over here. The scriptures say you got to do what you seen with your father, and we're going to do what we seen with our father, man. Our father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, your father is the devil. Right? It tells you that in John, 8? What's that? John 8 and 44. John chapter 8. Yeah, verse 44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Yeah, all of these jakes, man, these 2/3, they are of their father the devil, man. They've become carbon copies of Esau Edom. Right? It says, he was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there was no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is the liar and the father of it, man. Right? So, Yahushua was rebuking the elders, the Pharisees, all of them that were hating on him. These so-called black women, and you got men like them, they hate the Israelites. They hate what we say. And if they could, they'll set us up, man. So that's why you got to stay away from our people like this. You got to stay far away from our people like this. Because when that day comes, they're gonna snitch on you, man. They're going to tell who you are just to save themselves. And after this devil take you out or do what he wants to you, he going to come back and take their ass out too. Because the scriptures tell you to never trust your enemy. But they never heard that before. Right?
Anyone tell you that this president right here, Donald Trump, is not for Black America? Because he is. I'm standing here today as a testament to how he feels about Black Americans. There has never been a position like this. I don't know if there ever will be before. But I worked with him in his first term, and I'm proud to now officially have the title to make it happen. Let's get real with the realness. Let's get behind President Trump, who truly has turned our nation around and made us the envy of every country in the world. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, God, for recognizing and raising up this man to be the leader of the free world. I love you.
Complete madness.
Boy,
See that devil's face, man? But you know, our people they got a lot of hell coming to him, man. Under this man. This man is gonna put a lot of hell on Jake. You think that, you know, he can control what was gonna happen to you? No. Yahweh Shem Yahushua already written it, man. Jacob's trouble is on the way, and he gonna use this man and his nation to put hell on you, Jake. This is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's what our people are doing here, man. This is what they're doing. They're adding sin to sin. They're taking counsel from this devil. They're going to him for counsel, not Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. It says that walk to go down unto Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And Trump is a modern day Pharaoh. He's a modern day Pharaoh. Right? He's a modern day Pharaoh. Yeah, brother. He feels like a king. You can't tell this man nothing, man. He's the most proud. He's very proud, man. Look at his face. Look at his face. I got to get the full. Let me see. Look at his face. Look at his face. It's orange. Agent Orange, man. Right? It says, verse 2, that walk to go down unto Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Yeah, you trust in America. You trust in the system. You trust in the system of justice not to do what's right. And it's never been that way. The Lord tells you in the book of Habakkuk that the law slacked. Right? You know? So this man is looking to put you Jakes to death, man, and you Eve. You too. But he will use whoever he can use to further his agenda, to further his plan. Right? So it says, therefore, verse 3, Isaiah 30:3, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's what you see. Our people are confused. Our people are destroyed. Why? For a lack of knowledge. Our people are destroyed, man. Right? And what's funny is, and what's crazy is that Esau, Edom, they know this man is the devil. They calling him out. You got E calling out his own people, man. But Jake, you just want to love this man so much, right? You want to love this man so much that whatever it takes to get on his side, whatever it takes to be down with his program, you're gonna do it, man. You're gonna do it. You know, it's not. This place ain't gonna get no better, man. It's not going to get no better. And if you think so, you're sadly mistaken, man. You're sadly mistaken. Let me find one real quick, Salakia. I wanted to get this other video real quick. Because we at the end, man. All this bootlicking and trying to get on Master's good side. You clearly don't know what the hell you doing, man. All right. Yeah, I wanted to get this real quick. So this from the brother, brother GMS dedication. I came across this video, maybe a week now, man. I've been hooked on it. Brother be putting up great videos, edifying videos, man. Go subscribe, man. Very edifying. So you seen that one, but check this one out, man. Because you see the so-called black women are up in the White House, and now you got another type of so-called Negro out here that's contrary to what you just seen. So check this out.
Last few days, I was like, why is nobody getting so mad about everything that's happening right now? And I have a conclusion. It's the reason why everyone's not so mad right now is because race. Bro, we know everything in their mother. The stereotype, black people are thugs. Mexicans, they are criminals. Middle East, you're terrorists. Asians, you're whatever. Like, there's a racial thing behind everything. When it comes to these people who are doing these vicious, horrible, satanic things, they are white. They're white. For so long, our world has seen white people as the number one.
And we got to stop saying that, because nobody's white, nobody's black, right? That's why we say so-called white, so-called black, right? These people are red. These people are pink, right? And we are dark brown to light brown. Some of us, look like every nation, right? Look like every nation, man. Israelites look like every nation under the sun, because we were scattered amongst all nations. But for the most part, nobody's white, nobody's black.
Perfect race to be born as. Blonde hair, blue eyes, remember that shit? And now look. The reason why y'all not mad is because the race that is doing all these vicious things, you can't see them as other than perfect. They are not perfect. These are the people that are doing the most vicious shit. If another race did this, everyone would be angry. Do all this racist shit. But now, they worse than every other race right now. They worse than the gangs, they worse than the criminals, they worse than the terrorists, they're worse, they're all of them. Like, dude, do you not realize that right now? Stop seeing their perfection and see their humiliation. Humiliate them. They need to be done, bro. Not all white people, but just these people, these white people, these blancos, bro. Come on, these mayonnaise warriors. Come on.
But you see, you know, a lot of our people, they'll say not all white people are like that. Well, hey, the Most High judged the nation of Israel as a whole. Every Israelite wasn't bad, it wasn't wicked, but he judged the whole nation. So what do you think he's gonna do to Esau Edom, who he hates? You think he's just gonna leave some and say, well, y'all wasn't too bad, but y'all gotta be judged? No, the whole nation of Edom is going to be judged, man. Matter of fact, to get even more in depth about it, let's show you how much of Esau is going to be judged, how much of the nation of Edom is going to be judged. This is Obadiah verse 18. It says, well, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna go to 9. Obadiah verse 9, it says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So every one of them is going to be cut off by slaughter, man. Right? You, Jake, and he's a I don't know. He could be a girl, or I think some brother said he was a girl. I don't know. But a lot of our people, they don't know just how like evil Esau Edom was to our people and the things that they did. We don't know the whole story, man. We don't know a lot. But the things we did see and that we have knowledge of was completely wicked and demonic, man. They was eating our people. They was hanging our people. They was castrating our people. They was boiling our people, cooking our people. Right? They was ripping our people to shreds, man. They was graping our women. They was graping the men. They was graping the children, man. So all of them got to go, man. And hey, the Lord said so, and I agree with the Lord 144,000%. So it says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Who's Jacob? The Israelites. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Right? It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. The Lord is not dealing with the nation of Edom. He put them here for a purpose. He gave them a time, and now their time is over. Their time is coming to an end, and now they got to be judged. They got to drink of the cup of judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The only difference is that when we drunk the cup, the Lord had mercy upon us. He allowed us to return. Esau Edom drink of the cup. He's not getting any mercy at all. Verse 18, it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the mouth of the house of Esau, for the Lord have spoken it. So the Lord says not going to be any remaining of the house of Esau, man. None. So it ain't not all white people. Some. Nah, the Lord said all of them.
I keep hearing about these white folks keep saying that there's this spaceship on the way. It'll be here about November. It's a bunch of giant black people. So let me give a message to the brothers on the way. Brothers, thank you. My prayer is that you don't wait to start firing.
And he's talking about the angels. You think the angels gonna come down here and talk to him? You think the angels are gonna come down here and tell him to meet him somewhere so they can have a dialogue? The angels ain't talking when they come, man. They just completely destroying. Right? Zap, zap, zap. Right? That's all they doing, man. There's no talking when the Lord returns. No talking at all, man. Just judgment, death, destruction.
These genetically recessive world enders have poisoned the whole world with PFABs. They have built nuclear plants on fault lines like Daiichi Fukushima plant, spewing 342 tons of nuclide water every day, killing off the whole life stream in our oceans. They dropped the bomb when they dropped atomic bombs and nuclear bombs and didn't have to. Their hoe drops white phosphorus on children and old folks. They starve children and old folks and men and claim that humans don't have a right to eat. So my only wish and prayer is to eliminate him, even if it caused all of us to have to go. I understand how life is recycled.
And we're not all going, right? 2/3 going to be destroyed here. And 1/3 is going to be beamed up in the chariots, be changed, come back down here and get busy, man. Men going to receive spiritual powers and get busy, man. These devils have no idea the type of power that they're about to be faced with, that they're not going to have a chance against. Not any chance. They can get their baddest weapon, their biggest nuclear missile. They can get it. It's not going to do anything at all, man. Nothing at all.
So go ahead and do what you got to do. And welcome. And thank you. And don't wait. Don't try to negotiate shit with these people. They have broke every treaty that they've ever made with people that's not like them. Don't even think about trying to make a treaty. They'll own.
You think the Most High of heaven, the power of heaven, the power of the universe, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, has to make a treaty. It has to come to an agreement with a mortal, fleshly, puny, weakling of a man, of any man on the earth. No. The Lord tells you what's going to happen, and it's going to happen. Nobody can stop it. He's not coming down here asking for anything. Right now, he's pleading to his people, telling them to return to him. He's not asking them. He's telling them to return to him, or else. Right? The scriptures tell you that the Lord is an austere man. So imagine how the Father is, man. Jake, you got it wrong, man. They're not coming down here to make a treaty. They're not coming down here to sign no peace treaty, no agreement. They're coming down here to do damage.
Only break it. They can't point to one treaty they didn't break. They can't point to any part of the land that they haven't polluted. They can't point to any rainwater that's not polluted. They can't point to any diversity. Matter of fact, they outlawed the diversity. Please come and do what you do, man. Do what you do.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory.
Yeah, man. Because this is crazy. Let me see. Oh, it was another one. Salakia. Let me go off real quick. Salakia. because it's we're in that time, man. Things are it's definitely moving in the earth. Definitely, man. Prophecies is coming to pass in the earth. Right? It's a lot going on to whereas, you know, our people are coming to terms with things that are happening. Some people are on the side of it, and some people are against it and trying to maneuver around it, seeing if they can uphold this system and, you know, this and that. But nah, man. Nah. All right, here you go right here. I'm going to do this video and then we just going to get out of here. I didn't want this to be too long. Right? So, you know,
were written, you would have to say.
We just I'm just hearing this Slovakia. Trying to set this up real quick. Yeah, so I'm gonna play this because, you know, Jake, back in like I would say 10 years ago, we didn't have no knowledge of this stuff, man. Like, not the way it's being pushed out now. Like, this man is being revealed, man. Esau Edom is being revealed. Right? This man is all his wickedness, his lies, everything he's lied about and you know, put under the cover, man, is being exposed. And he's mad. He can't take it. He can't take it, man. Let's play this.
This country is a nation of thieves. It began by stealing this country from the red man. If I said to you that Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492, you would say that's correct. But now here comes this honky from Spain. There are already non-white people here, and they're not existing until he comes and discovers them. All their heroes have been white. They make you bow down to George Washington as your hero. Did they ever tell you that that honky owned slaves? Did they ever tell you that? Yeah. Not only did he own slaves, he sold a black woman for a barrel of molasses, and he's supposed to be our hero. Our hero.
If I right now decided that I wanted to play Monopoly with you, and for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money. I didn't allow you to have anything on the board. I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa. That was Rosewood. Those are places where we built Black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play. And every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money.
And the whole world knows this history, but they don't want to bother with that because the truth hurts, man. The truth ain't pretty. But then you'll get so-called Negroes and Latinos that'll say the past don't matter. Don't worry about the past. We got to move forward. But wait, the Lord said he requires that which is past. So everything that happened in the past, the Lord's going to require of it, man. The Lord wants payback for what happened to his people in the past. And he's going to get it. Right? He's going to get it. So you niggas, you can say what you want, man. But the Lord's word trumps everything. And that was the curse. That was one of the curses. The foreigners, meaning the other nations living among you, will become stronger and stronger while you become weaker and weaker. They will lend money to you by way of their banks, but you will not lend to them. You ain't got no banks. You had, but they burned them down, like the sister just said, man. They will be the head, meaning they'll be above you. Right? You have to go to them for one of all things. And you shall be the tail. You're going to be the last, man. You're going to be the last.
If you don't have a background in understanding how the CIA works and how...
That's how Esau Edom has gotten everything, man. Right? It says, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver unto thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches, man. You can't tell this man he ain't proud, man. Right? He had the wisdom to be wicked.
If you don't have a background in understanding how the CIA works and how the crack cocaine epidemic actually started, if you don't know how the private prison for profit pipeline works and how many black people they are literally still working as slaves to this day, and that corporations like McDonald's and Starbucks and Verizon are profiting off of slave labor in our prison system today, paying prisoners cents per hour wages.
Yes.
That, like, if you don't understand those things, then you could think, oh my gosh, America is full of entrenched racism. But what it actually is it's deep state and corporate programs that are profiting to the tunes of billions of dollars off of literally smuggling crack cocaine into the black neighborhoods in LA in order to impoverish those black neighborhoods. They are running sexual blackmail operations in the black music industry with people like P. Diddy and promoting degenerate music in order to promote degenerate culture, in order to have gangster culture, thug culture, hoe culture, because that keeps this type of people in this lower vibrational thinking. It keeps them.
And why is the nation of Edom targeting you, Jake? Because you the Israelites. And he knows this. Why he's not doing this to the so-called Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indians, the Africans, right? Who you claim you are. You claim you're African. Why he not doing it to them? Why he doesn't have a system set up to oppress them? Why when they come here, the Africans, they get business loans. They get restaurants, right? They got a seat at the UN. But you so-called African Americans, you so-called Negroes, you don't have a damn thing. You go to this man for everything. He represents you in the UN, so-called white man. He represents you. You ain't get it. You don't get it yet. For some of you, you're not going to get it. Right? You're just going to die here, man. But this man right here, I don't know what he is. I don't know if he's a Jake or, a heathen or whatever, but he breaking it down perfectly, man. They use the music, the drugs, right? Money, anything they can use in order to oppress you Israelites anything that they can use to oppress you and keep you down and keep you stupid, they use it. They don't give a damn how much money it is, man.
Doing things that will lead the men to prison and lead the women to whatever the hell it's leading them to. And that is so profitable to them.
The goal was always to destroy us. And they try to do it in every way possible. Through the streets, through the music, through each other. And it baffles my mind to know the amount of people that don't know the real reason of why Black people, Hispanic people are in the state that we're in. Everywhere you turn around, we fill up the ghettos, we fill up the prisons, and it's not by coincidence. It was all a part of the plan. It was always a part.
And it tells you that in the scriptures, right? It tells you that, man. Let's get Isaiah real quick about the prisons. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore, man. They want to keep you at the bottom. They lock you up. They say throw away the key. They give you 40 years for stealing a pack of cookies. They give you 10 years for kicking the cat, where a so-called white man will shoot a cop, and he'll get time served. A so-called white man will stab a cop, and I've seen a so-called white man stab a cop, and the cop show restraint to grab him, and say, I love you, man. You don't need to do this. But if that was you, Jake, he would have put you in the grave, man. Jake, you don't get it yet, man. You're just too stupid to even think.
Part of the strategy to keep us down, to keep us impoverished, to keep our minds in a low vibrational state.
Psalms 83, verse 2, it says, this is out of the New Living Translation. It said, don't you hear the uproar of your enemy? Don't you see that your arrogant enemies are rising up? They devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. And that's what they still trying to do, man. That's what they trying to do. It says, we will destroy the very memory of its existence. Who? The Israelites. And it says, yes, this was their unanimous decision. They came together as a nation, the so-called Chinese, Japanese, East Indian, African, Arabs, and last but not least, the so-called white man. They came together, right, and signed a treaty to tear you down as a people, man. It says they signed a treaty as allies against you. Now what? None of that worked because it was only for a time. Now the time is the Lord is waking up his people, showing us who we are, and the nations are mad. They're going crazy. They're ready to blow each other up, right? And it's all the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's beautiful, man. We at the end of the book, man. We are at the end of this story. And not just us, but the whole world is seeing who's the wicked. It's like a movie, and you looking at the movie or whatever, and you're not really getting it, and then that time of the movie it pops up, and you like, oh, now I get it. Now it's making sense, right? This is where the world. This is the direction the world is going, man. They're seeing what's really going on. It's you 2/3 niggas that don't want to see it. But the Lord got a special judgment for you 2/3, man. a special judgment.
Do you know, America didn't just build highways to connect cities, it built them to break Black communities apart. They don't teach this in school, because if they did, people would start asking questions. After World War II, America launched the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956, the largest public works project in U.S. history. Official reasons? Modern transportation, economic growth, urban renewal. But behind the language was a decision. City planners were given a choice. They could run highways through wealthy white neighborhoods, business districts, politically powerful areas, or they could run them straight through Black communities, places with the least political protection. The American government chose straight through Black communities, and that's exactly what they did. Across the country, highways were deliberately routed through thriving Black neighborhoods. Not empty land, not abandoned zones, but living communities, Black neighborhoods with churches, our schools, doctors, barbers, grocery stores, family homes owned for generations, destroyed for highways, places where Black Americans were finally building stability. After slavery, after Jim Crow, after exclusion, the government called these places blighted, unsanitary, slums, but those words were legal weapons. Once an area was labeled blighted, the government could seize land through eminent domain, offer low compensation, demolish entire blocks, force families out with little notice, and that's exactly what happened. In city after city, bulldozers came. Homes were destroyed, businesses were flattened, churches erased, graves relocated, communities scattered. Let's be clear about this. This was not accidental. This was not neutral planning. This was policy. Examples they don't like to talk about. In New Orleans, the Claiborne Avenue corridor, once the heart of Black commerce, was destroyed to build Interstate 10, oak trees cut down, Black businesses wiped out, economic lifelines severed. In Detroit, Black Bottom and Paradise Valley, two of the most important Black cultural centers in America, were demolished for highways and redevelopment. Thousands displaced, culture erased, wealth destroyed. In Miami, Overtown, called the Harlem of the South, was cut in half by Interstate 95. Families forced out, businesses closed. The community never recovered. In Syracuse, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Atlanta, St. Louis, Memphis, the pattern repeated. Different cities, same outcome. Highways became walls. They separated Black neighborhoods from jobs, increased pollution and health problems, lowered property values, made reinvestment almost impossible. What was destroyed was not just buildings, but generational wealth. White families often received better relocation assistance, access to suburban mortgages, federally backed home loans. Black families received low payouts, limited housing options, redlined neighborhoods, rising rents. So displacement didn't just remove homes, it locked people into poverty. And here's the part that still hurts. Many of these Black communities never recovered. Even decades later, you can trace inequality by following the highway maps. The government called it progress. But progress for who? When historians look back, they don't call it urban renewal anymore. They call it what it was, urban removal. So when people ask, why are Black neighborhoods poorer? Why were communities destabilized? Why does wealth look the way it does? Look at the highways. America didn't just pave roads. It paved over Black futures. And ask yourself this, if they were willing to destroy entire communities just to move cars faster, what else were they willing to sacrifice?
You seen that, man? So what when you get Hugh Jakes and Eve that you jump on the side of these devils, you believe that these men that did these things back in these days, you don't believe that they're still here on the earth, their children, they didn't raise their children to be just like them? Huh? So you mean to tell me that a so-called white kid that grows up in a racist house, a house with nothing but bigots, and it teaches them to be a certain way, you think that just because they put a smile on their face and they give you a hug and ask how your kids are doing and what school do you go to and how about those Cowboys last night and who gonna win the NBA finals, you mean to tell me that these people have changed? The scriptures call them the devil. Devil means deceiver. They're going to deceive you. That's their job, to deceive you. Yo, I'll tell you, man, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's what it is, man. And this is why I read Obadiah, because this is one of hundreds of reasons why the Lord is going to destroy the nation of Edom. So it says, the Lord in his anger has cast a dark shadow over beautiful Jerusalem. That dark shadow is this heathen nation, Esau, Edom. The fairest of Israel's cities lies in the dust, thrown down from the heights of heaven in his day of great anger. The Lord has shown no mercy even to his temple. So the Lord brought Jake down to a low state, right? It says, without mercy, the Lord has destroyed every home in Israel. In his anger, he have broken down the fortress walls of beautiful Jerusalem, man. Now first you were pushed out of your land in 70 AD, right? Then you were bought, you fled into Africa. The Africans enslaved you. You live like trash over there. Then they put you on the ship, them and the so-called Arabs, and they sold you to the so-called white man on slave ships. You was catching hell, urinating, defecating, pooping on each other, right? The women was getting their menstruals on each other, right? Some of us jumped off the ship and was eaten by sharks. They call it the Trail of Tears, right? You came over here on the shores of America, and you were slaves, you were sold, just like the scriptures told you was going to happen. You were sold, right? And you've been a slave ever since, and you're a slave this day, no matter if you make $100,000 a year, if you a millionaire, if you broke in the hood, if you homeless, you're still a fucking slave, Salakia. You're still a slave, man. And that's all due to the Lord putting us in this position because of our disobedience, man. But yet, he put a nation over us to do it. And that nation is Esau, Edom, right? And guess what? The Lord said that the nation who his children have served and that judged his people, the Lord is going to judge them, man. So the Lord, he used Esau to judge us, and then the Lord going to turn around and judge the hell out of Esau, Edom, man. Because now what you see going on is the nation of Edom is catching hell. Now the curses is being put on them. Now they're feeling the curses, right? So, hey, man, it's a beautiful story, but we had to go through it. We had to go through this hell, man. It's beautiful, but it's not nice. It ain't pretty. But we had to go through it. We still going through it, and we about to be out of it, man. Right? Verse 2, it said, mercy, without mercy, the Lord have destroyed every home in Israel. In his anger, he have broken down the fortress walls of beautiful Jerusalem. He have brought them to the ground, dishonoring the kingdom and its rulers. And that's what we dealt with, man.
All right.
Pastor Wilkins of Chasing Earth History. You are inside of a slave breeding house. You're inside of a slave breeding house. I promise you when I tell you this, there are spirits in this place, and you can feel them real heavy. There's a heavy presence.
And it's crazy because right here, me looking at it through the screen, you can feel the spirits in the house, man. You cannot even imagine what type of things were going on in that breeding house, man. Incest, right? All types of wickedness, man. Man.
Of another presence that is not me. And you can clearly feel it. Look at this. They could be as young as 13 years old. to lay on this bed, and slaves would sleep with them and produce children. Overseers would sleep with them. The master himself could be sleeping with them. This is a house of horror. This is a house of horror. Everything is original. Look at the stove. Look at the chimney. Look how old it is.
And I'm telling you, you brothers now, if I was to ever go in something like this, man, I would probably get so upset, man. You know, I would get so upset, man. I'm upset just looking at it. Right? This infuriates me, man, just looking at it. Knowing that this devil, and he was proud and he was happy the whole time he did this to us, man. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed doing what he did to our men, to our women, to our children. He enjoyed that, man. He loved it. He loved it. And even to this day, you bring this up, these damn devils, they'll tell you something like, you're living better now. You work, you got your house, you got your car, right? You're an American, right? Why are you still holding on to the past? Let it go. You know?
You can feel the presence of other entity in here. I've been on enough plantations to know when there's something else in these houses, and clearly something's in here. There's an unrest in here. Rape happened here. Incest happened here. Molestation happened here. Right here in this slave house. They were breeding them. A 13-year-old could literally, or 12, could literally be laying right here, producing children up to.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 32, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. That people is Esau, Edom. It says, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. They couldn't do nothing, man. They had to take whatever was happening, whatever was told they had to do, whatever was said that they had to do it, man. Unless they'll get hung, or something even worse will happen to them, man. Right?
30 of them at one time. Look at it. You're at the Magnolian plantation where they were breeding slaves. I'm Pastor Wilkerson, chasing our history. Be blessed.
And I think this is the most ridiculous thing that has ever happened.
Now look at these bastards, man. Now these people have raised children, right? Have raised children, and their children's children, and their children's children, and then you got the children that's here today. These children, they are the same way. They just know how to hide it better now. Because back then, they didn't have to hide it. They had full control. Right? They could come out and be openly racist. Now, they have to hide it now. Because they know they've gotten weaker. They've gotten weaker. So now they got to catch you where they know they can catch you. They gotta do to you at a certain time, man. They gotta do something to you at a certain time now, because they know some of these jakes, they ain't playing. And all you've been seeing is what? These Edomites getting knocked out, man. They say the wrong thing, you say the N-word, you get knocked out. Yeah, what about the slave? Hey, Atlanta, Alabama, Mississippi. Yeah, man. I think they got one in Washington too, I believe. But yeah, man, there's a lot of them. They got plantations down there in Mississippi that ain't been touched, that's still owned by a family of the slave masters, man. I was looking at it one day, and man, it was eerie to me. All you see was a bunch of willow trees. It looked like it's just so much blood. It was so eerie, man. I feel like I can see brothers being hung, when our sisters being hung, man. Right? It was what was it? Maybe 2 years ago. Remember, I don't know if brothers seen this one where this white couple, they was renting out a slave house where slaves were. They kept it regular. They just painted it up or whatever. And it was a house that you can rent. I don't know if an Airbnb or I forgot what site it was. You can go on and you can rent it. You can stay in it, right? And they was bold about it too, man. You seen the comments of them devils? They were saying how, oh, it's beautiful, you know, and it's still intact, and you know, they was just getting real proud about it, man. And listen, man, Jake got on there and he was upset, man. I did a video on it too, but yeah, check out what these devils said, man. This was back in 1964, man. Look how open these devils are, man. Check this out.
And I think this is the most ridiculous thing that has ever happened. The Negroes are just as free as we are. They have the same opportunity to work and to build their part of the town just the same as we have. I just don't understand it and don't approve of it. I'm going to stand up for my right.
Thank you very much. Jim Knight with WALB Television News. We're soliciting the views of Albany people on the Civil Rights Bill. Would you like to give us your views?
Well, I think if they remain peaceful, it would be a lot better than perhaps the violence that was concerned.
Well, you see these devils, if they remain peaceful. Since when have Negroes been, even to this day, Negroes is peaceful to you? It's you, and Salakia for the language, it's you devils that come up fucking with Jake all the time. Jake go jogging, he gets shot. Jake walk down the block, he get profiled. Jake ride his bike, he get profiled. Jake go in his own building, right? He in his own house eating ice cream. He gets shot on his couch. It's you devils, man. You'll be shooting somebody. You'll be shooting Jake. Jake will be unarmed, and you'll be yelling, "Put your gun down!" And ain't no gun in sight. This is how retarded these devils are, man. These damn Edomites are completely retarded, man. As long as they remain peaceful of the violence, y'all was the one hanging Jake and you know doing all types of things to Jake and locking Jake up because some ugly ass Edomite woman said that somebody looked at her or whistled at her or whatever, man. Right now, you got Jake marrying these women, man. Now you got Jake, fighting for these women. Now you got these damn so-called white women all hovering around Jake. And listen, man, I'm not saying, get with the so-called black woman because she out of her damn mind too. But hey, man, listen, I don't know, man. I can't tell brothers what to do, but for me, I'm not doing that, right? There's millions of women out here, man, right? These women, they always had a fetishization for Jake, man, always. Now it's just being shown, man. They really wanted Jake back in the day, but they couldn't because they would get put to death or whatever. But now, it's more open now. Now it's more unity. Now they going all out. Yeah, I want me a black man. I love BB. I love this and I love that. The hell out of here.
Of course, being a Southerner, I'm not for it at all.
I see.
And I just don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope we don't have any trouble.
We're soliciting opinions on the Civil Rights Bill. Would you like to give us yours?
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's the time right now. I think they have equal rights, though.
Thank you very much. Would you like to express your views?
How stupid can you say they have equal rights? How stupid are you? If this dirty white woman right here said that a black man blew a kiss at her, you'll have a mob of the so-called white men ready to find Jake or any Jake and just hang him. But yet, if you get a so-called black woman to say that a so-called white man, blew a kiss at her or looked at her too long, what you think happened to that white woman? Right? Well, Salakia, that white man, what do you think happened to him? Nothing. Nothing happened to him, man. So how do they have equal rights? The courts, they was backing the so-called white race, right? The judge, the slave patrol, they was backing the so-called white race, the system, period. Right? But you see, Jake gonna find out soon that these devils, they ready to crash out, man. They ready to go back in these times right here, 1964. Right? I wasn't even born yet. But they want this time back. When they say make America great, this is the time this is the time they thinking of.
I don't think so. How about you?
Nope. What I'd have to say wouldn't be fit to go on air.
Thank you very much.
I don't like it. I think they're just trying to put something on us that we don't know.
I see.
We ought to have a national election on it rather than just letting 9 men tell us what we got to do.
And how about you?
I feel the same.
Fine. Thank you very much.
I sure don't like it, that's for sure.
I see. Do you feel this will have any effect on your life directly?
I imagine it will.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
afraid we might have niggers to live next door to us.
Ricky, what happened when you went to school today?
The white folk beat me with clubs today.
Did they smash the cars? Did they smash your window in the car?
Yes.
What happened to you, Ricky?
I got hit in the side of the head with a club.
Was there any glass?
No. Yeah.
Are you going back to school, Ricky?
No.
You're not going back to school anymore?
No.
Are you afraid of the white folks, Ricky?
No.
Why aren't you going back to school?
And it said black children speak about being attacked by white adults. So these were grown devils that was doing this to little kids, showing you they don't give a shit about your kids, man, even until this day. Why you think all these kids is missing, man? Why you think all these kids is missing, man? Come on, man. Jay, get it together, man. These devils don't care about you, man.
You don't like all the trouble, Ricky?
No.
Ready? Glenda, what happened when you went to school today?
Well, we were driving and the lady driving us to school and we tried to get into school, but some group of white boys and men came up to the clubs and smashed all the glasses out.
Ronald Reagan didn't invent the term welfare queen, but he popularized it. He put it on a national stage, the media picked it up, and white America put a face to it. That face looks like me. It looks like my mother, my aunts, my sisters, my cousins. Black women became the symbol of government dependency, laziness, fraud, failure. But that image was a lie, because the reality is the majority of people on welfare in America do not look like me at all. Statistically, most people receiving public assistance are white Americans. And when we talk about the real welfare queens, we're not talking about survival. We are talking about power. The majority of welfare queens actually look like white men. Yep, White men run roughly 85% of major corporations in this country, and the same corporations receive trillions in tax breaks, subsidies, bailouts, and incentives. The real welfare queens are corporations that pay $0 in federal taxes while posting record profits. Billionaires who borrow against their wealth to avoid taxes while their workers rely on food stamps. Banks that get bailed out when they collapse the economy but foreclose on families without mercy. Corporations that receive subsidies, tax abatements, and loopholes so large you could drive a freight train through them. That is welfare. When the government writes checks to corporations, it's called stimulus. When the government rescues banks, it's called too big to fail. When the government gives tax breaks to billionaires, it's called economic policy. But when a single mother gets help feeding her kids, it's called a problem. One of the biggest...
So you see how the system pushes you in the forefront, right, Jake, as to being the welfare queens, the handout junkies, the people that don't want to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, but yet in reality, the so-called white man is the scum of the earth, and he's the he gets the biggest handout, man. He looks for a handout. These people are spoiled, they're lazy, they're dirty, right? My wife, she watches this show called Hoarders. Man, when I tell you, most of these people that have these houses that are hoarded with rats in it, spiders, dead cats, all so-called white people, man. They are disgusting, man. They are disgusting people. Right? It's these people are deflecting. Everything that they are, they'll push on so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Right? They'll call blacks lazy when they're the lazy ones. They'll call Latinos grapists and murderers when they are the real grapists and murderers, man. Right? They'll call Native Americans drunks and belligerent and savages when they the savages, man. Right? They call the Israelites violent criminals when they the most violent and the criminals, man. Right? See the pattern? It's a pattern, man.
Lies ever told by politicians and billionaires was convincing the public that the real problem in America is the poor. And that lie was intentional, because as long as poor people fight each other, no one is looking up at who's really draining the system. They taught us to look down so we don't look up. Welfare was never the enemy. Poverty was never the moral failure. The real theft has always been legal, polished, and protected. The real welfare queens don't stand in line at government offices. They lobby, they legislate, they write rules. And once you understand that, you stop blaming survival and you start questioning power.
And this is going to be America's future, man, because America is the hammer of the earth, right? It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? That's America, Babylon the Great. How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. And Babylon, thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. So this is why this place is going to fall. This is why this place is going to fall, man.
The America that I once knew is gone. That's what I see people say online, especially young people. And I go, then you never knew your country. And I'm finding a lot of people never really understood or knew America. You didn't study your history, or you only understood the history that you were taught in school, which is actually propaganda, not real history. It was designed to make you docile, designed to make you compliant, to believe that The country that you live in is perfect. It cares about equality, cares about the life condition and the living condition of its citizens. None of that shit was ever true. It was all propaganda. You were taught if you work hard, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna be able to make a lot of money, or at least make decent money to support your family, and you won't have to burn the candle at both ends. All that shit was a lie. It was designed to just get you to continue to be compliant as you were moving through the system and growing up and moving through it. But the country, what you see America doing right now is exactly who America is. Quiet is kept technically. Technically, America's been cosplaying all this time. When you think about it, it's been a whole cosplay operation of pretending to be something it's not, pretending that it cares about its citizens, pretending that it's a democracy, when in fact, it's always been laying down for rich people and businesses. And now it's just at a point where rich people and businesses were running out of runway for making money. So now what do? You buy government and you infuse yourself in it, and then you can get taxpayer money as much as you want without abandon. Now, keep in mind, these companies are already getting taxpayer money, but now they can really get it. Now they can really get it because they are America. They are everything we claimed that we weren't. But when I see that conversation about this is not who we are, where the fuck y'all been at? Really?
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15, it says in the New Living Translation, what sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? You force your cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness. Yeah, man. That's America. That's America for you, right? They push this ideology on you and tell you, well, if you do it our way and you pay attention, you can make it. Meanwhile, they know you're never going to make it. They'll just sell you a dream. The same way they did the so-called Latinos when they brought them over here during the Biden administration, when they told them to come over here and seek refuge, and they came over here and found out this shit was worse than where they came from, man. Right? They sold them a dream. They used them for whatever they wanted to use them for. And now what? Now they out here running for their life, man, because you got ICE kicking down doors and scaring the hell out of them, man. They scared to come outside. They scared to go to work. Right? It says, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come drink and be exposed. And that's the time we in. That's the time we in, man. Right? America is being disgraced. Right? America is drunk now and being exposed. It says, drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment. And that's that cup, man. Hey, the Israelites, we drunk at the cup. Right? We drunk that cup, man. But our cup is damn near finished. Right? Right? We got a little drop left. But your cup, your cup is being pushed to you right now. Right? It's like going to the bar. I finished my drink. I got one little, I'm like this, getting that last little drop out. And the bartender is pushing a full cup, 2 cups, pushing 2 full cups to you, telling you, here, man, right here is on the house. Right? Who's that bartender? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Right? Because the Lord said you're gonna get double for what you did, and it's gonna be without mercy. It says, drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned into shame, man. What you thought? You thought you was just gonna ride off into the sunset and live in prosperity? No, man. You did too much in the earth. It says, for out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her desolate, her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. Jeremiah 50:3. And what's that nation from the north? That's Russia, China, right? They're gonna, man, Russia is going to do a number on America. You see the talks that Iran, done put out, saying that, hey man, they gearing up. What you want to do? It says for lo. It says for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, meaning them nuclear missiles, shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. It's going to hit wherever it was intended to hit, man.
Поэтому ведут против нас все более агрессивные информационные атаки. Целью выбирают прежде всего, конечно, молодых людей, молодые поколения. И здесь опять лгут постоянно, извращают исторические факты, не прекращают нападки на нашу культуру, на русскую православную церковь, другие традиционные религиозные организации нашей страны. Посмотрите, что они делают со своими собственными народами. Разрушение семьи, культурной и национальной идентичности, извращение, издевательства над детьми вплоть до педофилии объявляются нормой их жизни. А священнослужители, священников принуждают благословлять однополые браки. Да Бог с ними, пускай что хотят, то и делают. Что здесь хочется сказать? Взрослые люди имеют право жить, как хотят. Мы к этому так и относились в России, и всегда к этому будем так относиться. Никто в частную жизнь не вторгается, и мы не собираемся этого делать. Но хочется им сказать, посмотрите, извините меня, священные писания, главные книги всех других мировых религий. Там все сказано, в том числе то, что семья – это союз мужчины и женщины. Но и эти
It said all this because Nineveh, the beautiful and faithless city, mistress of deadly charms, enticed the nations with her beauty. She taught them all her magic, enchanting people everywhere. And modern day Nineveh is America, because this is the enchantments that they tell you, man. They are false witchcrafts and tell you lies, and you believe it, right? It said, it says, I am your enemy. So that's the Lord, says the Lord of heaven's armies. And now I will lift up your skirts and show all the earth your nakedness and shame. And that's what's happening. And this is beautiful, man. It's happening. And it says, and I will cover you with filth and show the world how vile you really are. Yeah, you had Putin, which he's an Edomite too, but you had Putin over there pretty much breaking down how America gets down, man. And it's not just Putin, it's Iran, it's China. Everybody's seeing how you treating the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. It's been said, oh, they talk about this, but look how they treating black people over there in America. Right? So, hey, your skirt has been lifted, man. All the nations are seeing your shame. All the nations are seeing how vile you are and how wicked and demonic you are. And it's only a matter of time, man, before the Lord, put the spirit on them to push the button. It's only a matter of time, man.
America
and Salakia. let me just I'm gonna put it here and we're gonna close out. This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So Esau, man, these devils, everything that you did to us is going to be done to you, right? And you're not going to get away with nothing you did, man, because the Lord got a record on everything you did to his people, man. You know, I can go on with this all night, man, but, you know, I got to take care of some things. So, you know, I'm going to shut it down there, man. But, hey, we living in a time where this place is going to be judged, man. Right? Matter of fact, let me get one more. Because you see the condition here in America. Right? So this is Baruch chapter 4. And I'm going to start. I'm gonna start at 32. Baruch 4:32. I'm gonna close out. This is miserable. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go up to 25. This is Baruch 4:25. It said, my children suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. For thy enemy have persecuted you. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. Right? So the Israelites are going to prevail in the end. The Israelites are going to get payback. Verse 32, it said, miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Right? It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin, I was glad, Slakia, and was glad of thy fall. So shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of a great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. Right? So that's the end all be all for America, man. Right? The brother said 2 Peter 3. Brother says 2 Peter 3. All right, let's get that one. We're going to close out. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. Yeah, so to us, it may seem like forever, man, that this devil been in rulership, that he's done all these things for us, to us, man, and he's been doing it for so long. But to the Lord, what, it's only been, we in the third day now, man. It's only been about 2 days and some change. So this is fresh in the Lord's mind, man. Right? This is fresh, man. So this devil, hey, the Lord got everything, you know, clear as day in his mind, man. So these devils are finished, man. They're completely finished and through. And the Lord about to do some heavy judgment to the nation of Edom. So, you know, I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect was other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. Amen. To the next lesson. The water for brothers that was in the chat. You know, hey, we in the know. We are truly blessed in these last days to know what's going on, what's about to take place, and what's the end result. We know this, man. Just stay in the faith, trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and build up your faith Build up your wisdom and knowledge in the scriptures, man, because that's going to be the only thing that's going to keep you stable in these last days, man. So, hey, brothers, sisters, to the next lesson. Shalom.